Milton William Bill Cooper was from a time when woke meant truther, not some pink-washed deviant. He emerged as a towering and influential figure in the conspiracy culture that thrived in the late 20th century. His 1991 book, Behold a Pale Horse, quickly became a cornerstone of early truther culture. It wasn't just a book, it became a cult classic, passed around and discussed in hushed tones. The book was a potent cocktail, mixing purported government documents, personal testimony, and of course, wild speculation that captivated a generation. Cooper bolstered his claims by asserting that he was a former naval intelligence insider, privy to secrets unknown to the general public. He painted a picture of a world secretly run by a shadowy cabal, the infamous Illuminati, pulling the strings from behind the scenes. Their ultimate goal, according to Cooper, was nothing less than complete global domination, a new world order under their control. He went on to allege that the US government had secretly struck a clandestine deal with gray aliens back in the 1950s, a pact with otherworldly beings. This deal, he claimed, involved trading humans for advanced alien technology, a terrifying exchange with profound implications. These claims fueled a wide range of conspiracy theories, from the Kennedy assassination to the push for global disarmament, all part of a larger, sinister plan. Cooper's book also included the now infamous Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars document, adding another layer to his complex web of theories. This document, he argued, described the methods of social engineering and economic manipulation used by the elite. These were the tools of control, used to keep the masses in check. In one of his most controversial claims, he even asserted that AIDS was a man-made bioweapon, deliberately created. The purpose of this bioweapon, he said, was to drastically reduce the global population. Cooper's unique blend of ufology, fervent anti-government sentiment, and fascination with secret societies became a foundational ideology for many unmoved by the predictable cycle of war, austerity, and tax cuts for the ultra-rich. His book has been a cornerstone for seekers and those looking for something beyond the dead eyes of career politicians telling us to trust government and pay taxes with no voice or representation. His life came to an abrupt and violent end in a shootout with police in 2001, a dramatic confrontation. This event cemented his legend, transforming him into a martyr figure, a man silenced, according to his followers, for knowing too much. If Cooper meticulously built the foundation of modern conspiracy belief, David Icke, with his unique flair, constructed a truly bizarre and elaborate superstructure atop it. Once a BBC sports presenter, a familiar face on television screens, Icke made a rather dramatic transition and became infamous, even notorious for his theory. A theory that posits the existence of interdimensional, shape-shifting reptilian humanoids who secretly and nefariously rule the world from the shadows. He claims these entities, these archons, are able to manipulate reality itself from a hidden dimension, a place beyond our normal perception, possessing global elites, the powerful and influential figures in our society, and insidiously feeding on human fear and negative energy. Icke's books, like the aptly named The Biggest Secret, detail in great length how these reptilians orchestrate wars, economic collapses, and various crises, all to keep humanity in a perpetual state of ignorance and subservience. Unlike Cooper's primary focus on tangible documents and political machinations, Icke's narrative boldly dives into the realms of metaphysics and the esoteric, suggesting that our world, as we perceive it, is nothing more than a holographic prison. For Icke, humanity's only hope for true liberation lies in a collective spiritual awakening, a shift in consciousness to break free from this perceived reptilian control and manipulation. His theories mark a significant shift, a departure from traditional political paranoia and distrust of institutions, to a grander, more encompassing narrative of cosmic spiritual warfare. In stark contrast, we find thinkers like Noam Chomsky and William Blum, who meticulously ground their critiques in verifiable evidence, rigorous research, and documented facts, rather than relying on speculation or conjecture. Chomsky's seminal work, Manufacturing Consent, powerfully exposes how the media, often unwittingly, serves the interests of power through a series of subtle but pervasive filters, effectively shaping public opinion and discourse without resorting to overt censorship or heavy-handed propaganda. Similarly, Blum's meticulously researched book, Killing Hope, painstakingly documents a long history of U.S. covert operations around the globe, and interventions, revealing a consistent and disturbing pattern of violence, manipulation, and disregard for international law. These critics don't need to invent elaborate conspiracies involving aliens or secret cabals. The readily available public record, accessible to anyone willing to look, is damning enough. They demonstrate how powerful institutions, often driven by narrow self-interest and short-term gains, can produce profoundly destructive outcomes, often operating in plain sight, hidden in plain sight. Their work is fundamentally about analyzing real-world power dynamics and institutional relationships, not chasing after shadowy figures or hidden puppet masters pulling strings from behind the scenes. The horrors they reveal are often open secrets, frequently justified under the banner of national security, and then conveniently forgotten by the mainstream narrative. Their approach serves as a sobering and essential reminder that reality, when examined with unflinching honesty, can often be far stranger and far more brutal than any work of fiction. Sometimes the line between conspiracy and reality blurs, becoming almost indistinguishable thanks to brave whistleblowers like Edward Snowden, who risked everything to reveal hidden truths. Snowden's leaks definitively proved the government's surveillance reach was far beyond what most imagined, casting a wide net. The CIA's MK-Ultra program, once dismissed as fantasy and wild speculation, was revealed to be real illegal mind control experiments with dangerous drugs and unethical hypnosis techniques. Agencies like DARPA have funded cutting-edge research into brain-computer interfaces, and even unsettling voice-to-skull technology, making what was once science fiction seem disturbingly plausible. These revelations lend further credibility to existing fears about secret projects and hidden agendas. The way such controversial programs are reported, defensive at home, sinister abroad, inevitably fuels public distrust and skepticism. When the truth itself is this strange and unbelievable, it's no wonder people question and challenge the official story. The world of conspiracies is a complex maze, a labyrinth of alien autopsies, false flags, and even psychic soldiers. Personal testimonies, coupled with real government experiments, create a potent mix of belief and doubt in the public consciousness. Science explains most claims, near-death experiences, remote viewing reptilian shapeshifters, often as products of psychology or fantasy. Yet, conspiracy theories persist, because at their core, they offer comfort, a clear enemy, a sense of control, and the allure of special knowledge. The challenge, therefore, is to balance skepticism with open-mindedness, questioning power, but always demanding evidence. Whistleblowers often show that truth is often hidden, obscured from view, but science reminds us to seek verifiable proof. Navigating this complex world ultimately means resisting both blind trust and equally wild speculation. The real quest is to diligently seek truth without losing our grip on reality.